Hi folks, Ian Wallace Harper here, the Chatbot Ninja, and it's time for another BizStack, BizStackPro basics training. This one's a little bit more complicated because it's going to be connecting two platforms, BizStackPro and Builderall. A lot of us have Builderall and BizStackPro, so I wanted to show that they can talk to each other. Okay, so let's share my screen, and we'll go to here and here. And I'm in Builderall at the moment because there's some information that we need to get, and that is we have to make a receiving webhook. Now, receiving webhook is in MailingBoss, and if we go down from on the left-hand side, you've got dashboard, workflows, subscribers, emails, all the way down to integrations, and click on integrations, and then you will see it's here on tracking scripts and your integration key. But what we need is a webhook. So we're going to make a new webhook. I've already got one set up, so I'm not going to change it, but I'll show you how to create a new one. Creating a new one by pressing on this button here, create new webhook, of course. Now, we're going to give it a name. So testing BizStack. Pro. And it doesn't have, it cannot contain, it cannot contain spaces. So we're going to put it BizStackPro testing webhook. Oh, and we got a space there. Fingers always put a space in between. So, and we're going to have action, and it's going to be subscribe or update user in a list. We can have insert tag, we can have insert field value, move a user to another list, or unsubscribe. We're going to subscribe a user to a list. And then we're going to search for the list. And in this one, it's going to be BizStackPro, because you make a new list. You can send it to any list you want, but making a new list is much better. You can even add a tag. I'm not going to add a tag at this stage because the tags are going to be done in a workflow. So we're going to save it. Yeah, and you've got your new webhook. So because I've got one, I'm not going to save it. I'm just going to use my old one, which is this one at the bottom. Testing sequence starting from BizStackPro. I'm going to copy this, and then I'm going to add it to a Google Doc because we need it in a moment. So that is what we're going to need. I'm going to make it a bit bigger so we can all see it. And that'll do. That's fine. So now we're going to go back to BizStackPro. And we're going to build a workflow, an automation. Now, you can see that I've added folders. This is where my folders are. All these are my folders that I created. And I've got one called practice automation. So I'm going to, this is where I test my automations. And we've got one here called sending to MailingBoss, but we can create a workflow from scratch. We'll create a workflow from scratch, no problem. Then when we get into create a workflow, we can start select a recipe, or we're going to start from scratch. We're going to start from scratch. Yeah. And this is how you're allow, and we're going to say, got it. And then we're going to have a trigger. Now, I'm going to save it. We're going to add a form. So form submitted. Form submitted. And save. We're not going to do anything with it, that form submitted at this very moment in time, because all I want to do is I want to save it. And I want to go into the one that I've already made. The one that I've already made. When I can, when my mouse is working, of course. I think I need to change the battery. Let's see. Go for that one. Yep. Change the battery, and we'll go for it. So we're going to say sending to MailingBoss. We're going to go into there, and as you can see, I've added a trigger form submitted. Now, testing with BA, I've also had another one here, but we're not going to bother with that one at the moment because that's just a tag trigger. First of all, form submitted. We're going to look at this, and we're going to have a look. Form submitted, and form is I added a filter. So you'll add a filter. Form is. What else have we got? We got these are standard fields. Yeah, we're gonna. These are what the fields that you can add in, your custom fields or your standard field. Now, form is, and then we're going to choose an email form. We're going to build a form in a minute. So, but that's fine. So I've got it set at form 2 at the moment, and just add that. Finished. And then we're going to go down, and we're going to add a tag. We're going to add the tag here. We're going to add, I'm testing a sequence. I put testing a sequence. You can make that tag whatever you want. It's all going to be passed down to Builderall anyway. And then we're going to go for the webhook. The webhook. Now remember the webhook that we copied here and made in MailingBoss here. Well, this is where it goes in this webhook here. And we're going to copy it into there. Then we're going to come down in the custom data. And all I did was, if we add another item, yeah, we're going to put in here F name. Let me F name, and then we're going to look for a value. And we're going to have a look, contact last name. So it's going to be contact F first name. Done. We add another one, L name, and contact last name. So because I've got them in there, I don't need them again. I'm just going to take it out. And we're okay for that. Now we're going to save it, because all we're going to do is pass over the F name and the last name. And we're going to save it. So that is the automation finished, except for the form. So let's go back. We're going to save it, of course. Then we can change the form in a moment. I'm going to go back here. And we're going to go to sites. I want to build a form. So we're going to go on build a form. And we're going to build a form in the playground. And we're going to add a form. Now we can start from scratch, or we can choose a template. I'm going to start from scratch. And this is the one that we get in. I don't like this. It's okay, but I don't really like it. I like a nice clean one. So we're going to go here, and we're going to click on these. We need the first name. We need the last name. We don't need the phone number at this stage. We don't need the consent at this stage. And so all we need is a first name, last name, and email. And this the star is it's a required field. So the email is a required field. We could make the first name a required field as well. I think what we'll do is we'll make that a required field. And all we do is we click on here, and it gets general settings, and we go to required field at the bottom, or hidden. We're going to click on the required field, and you'll see that it becomes a starred. So we're going to, at least the first name and the email is going to be a required field. We don't need this at the bottom here. We don't need policy and terms, because that's on our website. So we're going to click off that. And then we're going to go to here, styles and options. Now, I'm going to go, we can do a lot of different things here with the styles and options. Not going to do nothing in this video, except for go to themes. And then we're going to go down to this one here. This one, Chris Jezar showed us the other day in his tutorial. Well done, Chris. I love this one myself. So we're just going to click on this one. Click on it, and it will say proceed. Yes, we know switching themes will result in a lot of current style modifications. We're going to proceed. And we've got first name, last name, email. I'm going to change the color of the button. I want to change the color of the button. I want to make it a nice turquoise or whatever. We'll go to the background, and then we're going to go somewhere here and like this. Or you can put the hexadecimal number of your favorite color in here. I'm just going to leave it at that. I'll show her. No, let's go and make it a bit darker. Make it a bit darker. I agree. Yeah, okay. So we'll put the blue, or into the blue. There we go. A teal color. I'll leave it at that, and we'll say, okay, I like that. But we need to change the form ID, which is here at the top. We're going to call it testing. I don't want capitals. Testing BA sequence. And BA sequence, testing BA sequence. We'll leave it at that, and we'll say save. Now, I'm going to go back to automations because we need to change the automation and the form. We're going to go back to practice automations and sending to MailingBoss. Trigger submitted, form submitted, and we're going to say form is. We're going to take out that one, and we're going to add form submit testing BA sequence. It's going to be at the top, and we're going to say okay, and we're going to save. So we've done our first automation of sending. This is going to send all the data to our webhook, the webhook inside Builderall. So I think that's going to be enough. Oh, we need to save it. I'm going to stop sharing here. And I'm going to say that is part one of the BA MailingBoss, talking to MailingBoss from BizStackPro. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to close this video here and go to part two, which is Builderall. And we're going to set up Builderall a sequence, well, a sequence in a workflow. And then that is part two. Part three is where we get it to talk to each other. And we're going to use Pabbly. So BizStackPro is able to send the data straight to MailingBoss. MailingBoss, however, can only talk to BizStackPro through Pabbly or Make or Zapier. There is a premium inbound webhook inside BizStackPro, but that costs money as well. So we want to do it through a Zap or a Pabbly Connect workflow. or a make workflow. I've chosen Pabbly because it's the cheapest. So let's go close it off here in this video. That's part 1. Thank you very much for listening. Subscribe to my channel, hit the bell for the updates, and please give me a thumbs up and leave a comment. Speak to you later. Bye-bye.